What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Servida, and today we're going to talk about samples. All the samples we're going to use are going to be from Splice, which is our sponsor for today's video. If you don't know what Splice is, it's a subscription service that gives you access to millions of sounds. Whether it be loops, one-shot, sound effects, presets, plugins, you get to pick and choose your favorite ones starting at only $7.99. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is preview and download the sounds on the app, and then it's pretty much synced to all of your devices, whether it's your work computer or your mobile laptop or even your phone. And on top of that, so many talented producers contributed their own packs to Splice. Some of my favorites are Wonder Girl, Boy Wonder, Decap. So if you really want to emulate their style, this is perfect for you. So today what we're going to do is just flip a bunch of samples, and I'm just going to show you guys a couple tricks that I like to use. So let's do some digging first. So this is the first loop I got, and it's kind of weird rhythm. Listen to this. So this one's going in 6/8, and those are always weird, especially if you're trying to flip it into hip-hop beats. So an easy thing we can do is just pull this up into a sampler, and then we can just start chopping it. So pretty much your safest bet for these samples is to just chop it on beat. So I'm going to set it to slicer, press it there, and now if you look closely, everything is chopped in equal increments. I'm playing it sequentially right now, and you're already getting a much better feel for the rhythm. Let me just get some real basic drums right now. We're gonna just fiddle around with the keys until we come up with a really cool pattern. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's put that down. I really want that human sound, so I'm just gonna play this on the keyboard. Having different velocities like that and different release times all aids in the swing. So what I'm going to do is select all of these chops and just get rid of the high end, so it kind of goes in the background now. And now this is really good in case I want to layer something on top of this. Just because you're sampling doesn't mean you have to put it in the forefront. Maybe it's just going to be that added texture to your beat. Flop one of these bad boys for a bit more swing. I'm gonna take out the filter. You know, this can be something good for the intro, and then once the actual beat drops, we can bring in the filtered version, add our own stuff into it. You know, there's a lot of possibility. Okay, let's just go on to the next one. We're vibing out too much. It's supposed to be a tutorial. So this is a sample from Boy Wonder's pack, just like a really cool dark sample. The reason I want to show you guys this loop is because it's already good on its own. So you can just kind of add drums to it, and it's already gonna sound good. So I'm gonna show you a few techniques to, you know, create some variation within the sample so it's not too repetitive. So first thing you can do is obviously bring it up and down an octave. So I can already just tell by the sample it's gonna be way too muddy down here. So up an octave is, actually that's not bad. That's not bad actually, let's do both. How did I do this? How do I make it so small, and how do I bring it back? Oh, I don't like it that small. How do I put the girth back in my mixer track? A really popular thing you can do is put halftime into it, and that just kind of, you know, creates a different kind of rhythm and sound while still maintaining the same chord progression, so it's not overlapping. We can get that, export it, that can be the intro. So this sample just plays one chord throughout the whole thing, and that's really good if you want to create variation. because it doesn't sound too crazy when you start to morph it a lot. So I'm going to take the high octave one. I'm going to stretch it. And we're going to stretch to the bar here so that it's playing twice as fast. And since it's playing the same chord, it shouldn't sound that bad. That's not bad. I'm getting inspiration for this as well. So maybe we can do like a reverse on those last two. I think I want those two. Let's get these two. Let's export that all together. We can put even more stuff on top of it. This one's going a lot faster than the main melody, so I don't want it to sound too busy. Let's just give it some stereo separation, and I would give it maybe a bit of reverb. That's it. Just kind of let it chill in the background. Another thing that might work is if we go into Edison, let's just chop a nice clean note and then bring it into a sampler and see if we can actually just play that as an instrument. Don't want that. Let's kind of bring the start up. Let's make a little counter melody on top. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Definitely some delay, space it out a bit. Let's export that. The bottom octave? It makes it super subtle. And once you have all your parts, you can start structuring it into a real beat. So we can have the halftime part as the intro before the drums come in. We can have this come halfway into the verse. We can have the high octave at the hook. We could bring this at the same time. There's a lot of possibilities. But this is really dope because we started with 1 6-second loop and we were able to create 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 different patterns. The last one we're gonna flip is this really dope soul sample. Let's do some chopping for this one. We're gonna use Fruity Slicer. Once again, the safest bet is to just chop this on beat. I'm gonna let the metronome play, fiddle around the keys, and just see what sounds good. Really trusting my ears for this one. That's cool. And just because you're doing chops doesn't mean you only have to play one note at a time. You just have to be mindful of the chord progressions happening. That's the same chord, so we can layer all this. Great. There's a lot of mud in that bottom end, so make sure you take that out. A little bit of clicking, so let's just move the attack up a bit. Let's get some drums going. Nice big fat drums. I really like those horns, so let's just kind of isolate those from the original sample. Ooh, that's nice. A little bit of clicking there, so let's just kind of make it bleed. Okay, yeah, you can really hear the bass coming in and out, so let's just EQ exactly what we need. A little high up, so let's move everything down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I'd put the intro at the beginning, just let them see what I'm going to flip. Bring it up an octave, perhaps. Ooh, yeah, octave up. Okay, so here's the full thing. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Big shout out to Splice for sponsoring this video. If you want to learn more about them, they're going to be in the description below. Also, comment below what other tutorials you want next, and I'll see you guys soon.
If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. If you like this video, leave a like. If you really like this video, subscribe. If you didn't like this video, leave. Just leave. Get out of here.